everyone, I'm back again. Today will be My Hero Academia Season 3 review. So this is like after the final exam arc. After the final exam, some people pass, some people fail. The girls can't go on any vacations due to the fact that, I totally forgot why, but they can't. Or, I think Uraka or Sue comes up with the idea like, hey, this school has a pool. Why don't we use it? Like, for training. As they start talking, Mineta overhears it and tells Kaminari about his plan of going to see them in swimsuits. Mineta tells Midoriya, like, hey, why don't we use the pool? Midoriya thinks it's a good idea and tells Lita he tells everyone about using the pool for training. As everyone is there, the girls decide to help them. They do a swimming race. First up, Bakugo wins by using his quirk, basically not touching the water. He calls it freestyle swimming, so he wins. In the second swim, Todoroki wins just by using his ice. Third one, Midoriya wins. Midoriya almost lost to Lita, since Lita was using his Recipro and Midoriya was using One for All. So, before Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki are up, the second they jump to the water, their quirks don't activate. Then we see Eraserhead, Mr. Aizawa saying, alright, you had your time limit, that's it, leave this place. And they're all like, oh, come on, really? Because it was the final, so yeah. The next day in class, they decide to take class 1A and 1B to the training camp. As they go by bus and they meet a new part of 1A staff, the Pussycats. So right after that, Mr. Aizawa was like, sorry, but this is the first part of the training camp. You have to go through that forest alive. I don't know why I said that. You have to go through there and get there before noon. If you're not there before noon, you get no dinner whatsoever. So they're just like, what? As they all get through class 1A and 1B, they eat a lot. Midoriya notices a little kid named Koda. One of the Pussycats says, like, oh, he's not my kid, he's my little nephew. Right after that, in the hot spring, or sauna, whatever it's called, one of the Pussycats explains to Midoriya why Koda doesn't like any heroes. He says his mom and his dad were both excellent heroes of using water, but during one of their missions, both of them died. That's why Koda doesn't like any heroes, anyone trying to become heroes. He just doesn't like heroes in general, to be honest. He thinks that heroes are just dumb, and that they're just doing this for fame and money. The next day in the training camp, when they wake up, is them using their quirks. Sato and Momo are eating while using their quirks. Lito's running around. Kaminari with the car battery. Araka floating. They use something that, will help their quirks improve a little more. As they are there, also Class 1B is there. But for the people who fail, which are Mina, Kaminari, Kirishima, Sato, Seiro, he's saying, look, I know you guys failed, but I just don't think, you should do this. You failed your final exams. And, of course, for that, who else do we see? The most annoying character and the character I just hate the most, Monoma. Again, once we see them, he's like, haha, you guys failed. He's always saying how class, 1B is, better than class 1A. I just hate how Monoma is like that in, mostly every situation. When night goes along, Doria follows Koda, since he's just, going off on his own. As he's doing that, the League of Villains attack with 3 new Mobu, 2 to 3 Nomus, Dabi, twice, Himoka Toga, and Mr. Compress and Spinner. As that is happening, Aizawa is starting to think, should I Right when Deku catches up to Koda, another villain appears, which Koda remembers from the police report. He had one eye missing and he was covered with human muscles. Then we meet the hero Muscular, villain Muscular, and another one named Mustard. Deku tries defending Koda by fighting Muscular with One for All, while everyone else at the training camp is like trying to fight off Mustard and like the Nomu and another villain. They're trying to actually fight. It took some time before Aizawa actually allows them to use their quirks. While Aizawa goes to find out, Dabi hits him with his blue fire. As that's happening, Mustard releases some gas that is poisonous or does something to the body. Kendo uses her quirk to blow it away, to Tetsu to punch Mustard. As this keeps going on, something happens. Dark Shadow is out of control. It's taking over Tokoyami's body. Basically, Dark Shadow only gets stronger when a place is extremely dark. That's when Dark Shadow grows exponentially. He gets more power. The only way to calm him down is with sunlight. And the only people who have sunlight are basically Bakugo and Todoroki. I totally skipped the Deku part with Koda. As Deku keeps fighting, he's about to die. Koda shoots a little bit of water on Muscular, and Deku uses One for All 1,000,000%, which breaks both of his arms. And Uraka and Tsuyu are going up against Toga. As Uraka tackled Toga, Toga is saying, "I know you like a person. Trust me, I can tell." The second she sees Deku, she falls in love with him. Sero and two people are taken by Mr. Compress, which are Tokoyami and Bakugo. Before they can escape, Deku comes up with an idea. Tsuyu, wrap us with your tongue. Raka, use your zero gravity. Tsuyu would launch us and then release us, so we will fall down on the enemy. They get one marble back, but it's not Bakugo, it's Tokoyami. As that goes on, Tsuyu launches them and they all land. Before he can get Bakugo, they disappear. And one of the Pussycats are taken in as well. Momo got a tracker and one of the Class 1Bs welded it onto the Nomu so they know where they are. But all of them are at the hospital recovering. Midoriya has 2 broken arms, and the doctor said, "If you break your arms again, I don't think you'll be able to use your arms ever again." Kirishima is saying, "We should go after Bakugo. We don't know what those guys are doing, but we have to save him. He's one of our classmates." Well, some people are agreeing and disagreeing. Tsuyu's like, "Doesn't that make you a villain, though? Our teachers are telling us not to get involved with that. If you say that, isn't that making you a villain to begin with?" After that little thing, we have our group. Midoriya, Momo, Todoroki, Ida, and Kirishima to go find Bakugo, with Momo making another GPS tracker. As they go, they have a problem. Momo's like, "People know us from the sports festival, so if they see us, we're basically in trouble. They're gonna say, 'What are you guys doing here?'" They decide to go into a cheap shop. I totally forgot what it was to buy disguises. Throughout all of them, Midoriya was the funniest. When they keep walking around, they get a news report from UA. Basically, people are saying that UA is not really a safe school. You guys had 3 encounters with villains, which was the USJ, staying in the training camp. They're basically saying that UA is not even like a safe school anymore. You guys aren't doing anything to help benefit people. You're just getting kids into danger. This gets them mad as they continue to follow the tracker Momo made. As they see, Kirishima pulls out some night vision goggles he bought to look and see the no moves that they made. The heroes that are gonna go save are All Might, Gran Torino, Kamui Woods, Best Genius, Mountain Lady, and I forgot that guy's name. So, as that goes on, no moves start to appear out of nowhere, right after they try to save Bakugo. As they're doing that, Kurogiri uses his quirk Warp Gate to warp. As they're doing that, Endeavor is helping the police outside as they are trying to get away. Later on, Best Genius and Mountain Lady went to another designated location where we see the man who is behind everything, All for One. Best Genius uses his quirk to tie him up, but All for One just immediately gets rid of it. Just like, yeah, that's not gonna work on me. We see All for One fighting All Might. During that, they're trying to figure out a way how to get Bakugo out of that. During that, we learn something. Now, the Shimura, the one who passed One for All to All Might, is actually related to the League of Villains leader, Shigaraki. Which was actually pretty surprising for me. I was like, wait, they're related? Anyway, Midoriya comes up with a plan to get Bakugo. Him, Lita, and Kirishima's gonna use his quirk so they get through the wall. The second they do that, Todoroki will make a gigantic ice so no one can see them. As they're in the air, Kirishima's gonna call out the Bakugo, since beginning of the school they shared a relationship of friends. As Bakugo gets there, they are surprised that they're actually doing this. In order to stop them get away, Magna uses his quirk, Magnetism, to shoot out Mr. Compress so that they could get, Bakugo. Mountain Lady stops, and All Might and All for One keep fighting it out. All Might is reaching his limit. His real face is showing. His arm is going back to his normal citizen form. He knows time is running out for him, and that One for All is basically fading away as he keeps fighting. In order to end the fight, he uses the one move known to mankind, United States of Smash, to defeat All for One. As he does that, everyone knows that All Might is now done for. Now it's Midoriya's turn, since he now holds that power. As they appear back, we learn that if they keep going home, we just know that villains are going to attack. So they decide to let them stay in with the dorm rooms. It's separated by gender, the bathrooms, and everything. Before they could, we have to see each other's families. We see Jiro's family, and we see where she got the quirk from. We see that she got the hairstyle and the quirk from her mom. After that, they finally decide. As we see Bakugo's family, we see how he got his anger problems. He's arguing with his mom. I just during that scene, almost just what's with the darkness? What's with the darkness with this family? What am I seeing? As Bakugo hates it, they accept him to move into the dorms. After that, Bakugo grabs Kaminari to show everyone his dumb face to lift up the mood. He pays Kirishima money since he wasted it. As all of them are basically moving into the dorms, they have a room presentation contest. I had 3 favorite rooms for the guys, which was Todoroki's, Sero's, and Tokonami's. After that, we have the girls. And then they all do a vote on who should win. Of course, it's Sato due to the cake that he baked. And then Uraraka's like, hey, Lita, Kirishima, Momo, Todoroki, Deku, you mind seeing me outside for a minute? We see Suyu there, and that we see how she's regretting what she said. That saying, if you do this, you're becoming villains from the very start. So right after the whole training camp at All For One, we see Class 1A and 1B are getting ready for the promotional exam. Basically, if they do this, they get a license. Basically, they can work under heroes, become sidekicks, you know. As they're doing that, before they could, they had to come up with special moves. Basically, a move that, like, helps their quirk a lot. Lita already has one, which is Vespro Boost, which, like, makes them, like, run really faster. As he's doing that, Deku can't really think of one, since All For One and All Might, mostly they just use their hands for it. As they are doing that, they go to the support room to see if they can make adjustments to their costumes. There, we see another recurring character, Mei Hatsume. We see Ida recognizes her from the sports festival, like, you used me just to support your, machines. As they're doing that, she gives Midoriya a costume, basically a suit, but it stopped, and she gave Lita some, like, boosters on his arm, even though they're on his legs. As that is going on, Midoriya's like, wait, I know what I can do. He then tells Lita to teach him how to use his feet. The next day, everyone is back. Bakugo learns, AP shot. And Midoriya makes it one for all shoot style by using his legs. As all of them are there, they go to the promotional exam, and we meet a new school and a new hero, Miss Joke and Seketsu High School. The one that hit his head on the floor, Mr. Aizawa recognizes him like he was another one for the recommendations of UA. So and Deku's like, wait, if he was on the recommendation, that means he's as strong as Todoroki. As they get there, the first part of the exam is pretty simple. You gotta put these pads on you. If all 3 pads get hit, you automatically fail the first part of the test. Only 100 people could pass. As it goes, we learn the guy's quirk is Whirlwind. He automatically dominates, like, gets rid of 100 students just by launching the balls up in the air and making them crash down. He is, like, one of the first to pass the first part of the test. As they keep running around, everyone trying not to get hit or not, Todoroki runs into another high school, which uses metal, which can't be burned. He then uses a trick of using fire as a torch so people can mistake him, hitting a gas can, hitting something with gas and making it freeze. He gets everyone. Then we see Midoriya trying to find Uraraka. And Suyu, Momo, Shoji, and Jiro, and Bakugo, Kirishima, and Kaminari. Bakugo, Kaminari, and Kirishima run into another one from Shiketsu High School. I forgot his name, but his quirk is Meatball, basically making people turn into little bombs. As he gets Kirishima and Bakugo, Denki Kaminari is the only one dodging until he decides to use something Bakugo throw at him, which is basically a part of his costume. As he does that to stun him, he shoots out 2 discs and electrocutes him, basically defeating him. But since he is, everyone that got hit by his quirk is now transforming back. Kirishima and Bakugo are ready. Right after Todoroki passed, we see Seketsu High School's Whirlwind guy, and he says, I hate all UA students. As Momo, Shoji, Sue, and Jiro are in a building, they all get caught in by someone from another school. I totally forgot the name of it. Basically, their goal is just to make Momo use her quirk for defense instead of offense. Momo decides to see, like, wait, I know what they're trying to get me to do. She starts to figure out a way on how to get out how to get out. She then makes, I forgot. I'm just gonna call it a stereo. So Jiro could plug in her earphone jack and make a large vibration sound to make them pass out. As that happens, they all pass. They hit them and they're doing that. Deku has like one red light, so if he gets two more, he's done for. As that goes on, oh, sorry, I just haven't been sleeping a lot lately. As that goes on, Deku finds Uraka and Zero, and Uraka's like, hey, me and Zero have an idea. Just play along. As they do Zero's plan, they all pass and they see everyone. Mostly everyone who has passed by now. And then he's looking around and he's like, where's everyone else? Only these people pass? He's worrying about everyone else in Class 1A and where they are. As that goes on, we see Ida running around. He runs into Oyama, who already has 2 red marks, so if he gets one more, he's out for the game. As Oyama already missed the P, he shoots his naval laser up in the air saying, run. When they come at me, they're gonna get me out. You tag them so you can pass. Before he does that, Koda uses his quirk to get pigeons that actually help. Through that, everyone in Class 1A passes the first part of the exam. The second part of the exam is basically a rescue mission. Basically, the buildings they went through and everything. Beep. Basically, they have to rescue civilians. The people who are raiding them are the people who they save. During that, there's also going to be a villain attack. The hero who plays the villain is the number 5th or 9th hero, Gang Orca. I don't know what an orca is. I don't even know if that thing is a real creature, but you know it's quirk, shockwaves, whatever. As they are doing that, they're trying to use their quirks together to save people, while some people are moving the tent just to stop, trying to stop Gang Orca from hurting people. As Todoroki is gonna fight Gang Orca, the guy with the whirlwind does too. As Todoroki shoots his fire, the guy shoots his wind, which makes the fire like go everywhere. And then they start arguing. He then sees the guys why he hates UA, aka why he hates Todoroki. He was a fan of Endeavor when he was a very little kid. When trying to get Endeavor's autograph, he pushed him away, saying, "You're in my way." And for the entrance exam, the UA during the recommendation, the second after he saw Todoroki, he said the same thing as Endeavor. Right after he saw Todoroki's left eye, he's like, "Oh my God, you're his son." And that's why he hates UA, aka Todoroki. As they keep fighting around, Gang Orca uses his quirk to knock both of them out. Midoriya keeps trying to move over civilians, while everyone else is also. They start using their ultimate moves. Sorry. Oh my God. Sorry about this whole time of me yawning. As they are doing that, the one in Miss Jones' class uses his quirk to stop Gang Orca. Midoriya asks how is he so okay. He then says that this stuff happens to his quirk as well. As that goes on, Todoroki and the Whirlwind guy both encase Gang Orca in a circle of fire. This is the first time we see Todoroki use both of his quirks at the same time. Midoriya hits Gang Orca and the exam ends. Only 2 people of 1A did not pass, which was Todoroki and Bakugo. Basically, the rating system works like if you get 50 or under, you basically fail. And the Whirlwind guy also failed the second part of the exam. Luckily, they were able to go to a promotional class. Basically, they go to a class to learn, and then they'll be able to take the promotional exam again. Everyone gets their, promotional licenses. All Might decides to go talk to All For One. He looks at All For One saying, alright, where's the League of Villains? We have nothing. Where are they? They start talking about the League of Villains and what was All For One's plan all along. As he leaves, I forgot the whole argument or discussion, we see Twice. We see Bakugo talk to Deku about meeting him where they did their first thing in the first semester. He then realizes that quirk. That's All Might's, isn't it? Deku then tells Bakugo how he got the quirk from All Might. Bakugo and Deku fight. Deku is worried about using his arm, so he decides to use shoot style on him. Then we learn everything about Bakugo, how he always wanted to be powerful, and everything that went on. All Might goes there and settles everything. He tells Bakugo the whole past of One For All and how it works. Basically everything. Due to the fact, Midoriya and Bakugo are put under house arrest for fighting there. Bakugo gets 2 weeks, Midoriya gets 1 week. As for that, the students cannot tell Bakugo or Deku what they have been learning. As their house arrest comes to an end, we meet 3 new students. Mirio, Nijiri, and Tamaki of the big 3 of UA. Basically, they're the best students. Mirio has a quirk called Permutation, so basically he could go through walls and everything. He defeats Class 1A with ease. As they start thinking about the big 3, they also talk about, I totally forgot. The next episode we see Twice in his normal form. We see his origin of how his quirk works. That he made too many clones one day and no one knew which one was which. And that they all started killing each other to find the real one. Twice even thinks that he is still a clone. So Twice still thinks he's a clone, and right after, he decides to go out and he's like, whatever, but we learn why he has that costume. If he doesn't wear it, he thinks like, oh great, I'm gonna transform again. We see villains steal something and Twice is like, I don't care, we're the heroes. And then he sees that truck crash and we meet a new person with a gigantic bird mask. And then that's the end of Season 3. We meet this guy during Season 4. So my reading was really like 9 out of 10. I really liked how we got to see the main villain. We learned some similarities. We learned all about Bakugo. We see All Might retire, Endeavor now becomes the number 1. I just really liked everything in general, as we learned about mostly everything about all these characters. Tomorrow, I may or may not upload, but the problem is with my uploading schedule, and now with like these classes that I'm taking, basically the purpose of now me uploading is basically saying like, okay, if I'm gonna do this video, I need to figure out what time, I gotta do it in my room. So basically, of course for the gaming videos, I have to be with my little brother because it's mostly like versus challenges or like co-op stuff. That's like where I actually like, try to play with my little brother, but like there is some complications, like sometimes he just doesn't want to play right now, or he's like, nah, I just don't feel it, so I'm like, whatever, I guess I'll do this. So basically, I need to figure out like what time I'm able to do this and when he'll be available. I guess that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be notified about my uploads. Hit the bell. If you have any animes you want me to watch, put those in the comment section below. And I'll see you all later. Bye.